Hi guys, so I'm wearing a black top today and a red lippy, so you know that we will be talking about Middle Eastern perfumes. I know it's been a while that I haven't recorded anything Middle Eastern. It's just that, there's a lot of perfumes to talk about prior to this, but it doesn't mean that I forgot about my Arabic perfumes, alright? I have tested and still testing a lot of Arabic perfumes to talk about with you guys. And it's just that I take time to do this because I want to give you good and final thoughts about these perfumes, okay? In today's video, I will be rating 10 Middle Eastern perfumes. Some of them are new, some of them are going viral already, so it's going to be a very interesting video. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, then please do keep watching and maybe consider subscribing. So as you saw in the title, today I'll be rating Middle Eastern perfumes, okay? And if you're new to my channel, the way I do this rating, I take into consideration the longevity, the projection. Is the scent great? Does it have quality? How much did I pay for this perfume? So having said that, I take into consideration all these factors to give a fair judgment. Guys, you know that we have to be realistic when it comes to Middle Eastern perfumes, all right? We are paying between 20 to maybe, I don't know, maximum $50 for these bottles. So you know that sometimes we can be lucky and sometimes we are not. And that is the reason why you're watching all these perfume reviews, right? Anyway, I just mentioned that because Middle Eastern perfumes are so trending right now. And the truth is, not all of them are gonna be great. Okay, now enough rambling and let's start this video. So I'm gonna start it with a fragrance that I am very impressed. And this is Lattafa Ajayeb Dubai Portrait. And for sure, you've seen this fragrance in many videos already because of a reason. This is absolutely amazing. Definitely has a niche quality in it. You guys, this has a very prominent mango and orange note. And also it has a creaminess that seems like coming from coconut, even though there's no coconut listed, I think. However, there is a creaminess that is coming out from here, and I think it's from a coconut note or sandalwood as well. This is absolutely divine, guys. The moment I bought a sample of this, I was so impressed that I needed to order the next day because I was scared that it will be sold out and it will be very expensive. Because you know how it goes with Middle Eastern perfumes, right? When these retailers know that something is trending, they just hyped up the price. It's been with me for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I am really, really loving it. I know that you've seen this being compared to Mango Kiss Soleil de Jeddah by Stefan Humbert Lucas, and you know how I feel about that perfume. It didn't work out for me because it has a very prominent chamomile note that is just not blending really well with my skin. And guys, Dubai Portrait doesn't have that soapiness that is coming from the chamomile. And I don't think this perfume even has a chamomile note. So this one is a big win for me. I highly recommend it. And I understand the hype about this fragrance because, to be honest, guys, I've tested so many mango fragrances in Milan when I attended Exans. It's like mango is the new cherry this year, I think. There were so many mango releases. And to be honest with you guys, I feel like this is my favorite mango as of the moment. I remember God of Fire by Stefan Humbert Lucas smells too realistic mango to me that I couldn't imagine myself wearing it. Ajayeb Dubai Portrait is a mango fragrance that still smells like a perfume. You will just feel good when you wear this fragrance because you know that you smell good. It's not because that you smell like a mango fruit or like a mango shake. Yeah, so having said that, I highly recommend you checking this one out if you are looking for that amazing mango scent to use this spring and summertime. And I'm gonna rate this one a 10 out of 10. And when it comes to longevity and projection, guys, this lasts more than 8+ hours and definitely projects. I remember when I was testing out perfumes on my skin, this is the one that lingered even the next day. So having said that, it's really good. Next up is called Mayar Natural Intense. And this smells beautiful. This is a fig fragrance that has a very prominent coconut water note, lotus, and water lily. So having said that, it has that a slight aquatic vibe because of the lotus and water lily. It has a creamy sandalwood, and I like the fact that it has a coconut water note instead of like a creamy coconut, because I think if it has a creamy coconut in it, then it might smell like fragrance that we've smelled already 1,000 times, since fig and coconut combo is quite used in perfumery. And you guys, this one is very pleasant. This definitely reminds me of summer. As far as I remember, this is a flanker, right? Because there is a Mayar already, and I reviewed that fragrance and I remember it as a very fruity scent, but I think mainly lychee and raspberry. They are not similar at all. Okay, so owning both won't be redundant. However, if I have to choose, I think I will prefer this one because I find the original Mayar very tart and juicy. And basically, it's not just like my type of profile. And also, I must say that this is very similar to Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gioia. I used to own that perfume and I can definitely tell the similarities between both. But then I must say that this one has a strong fig scent in it. It is actually giving me a designer fragrance kind of vibe. So it is quite good. So if you love Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gioia, you will love this one as well. This is definitely a spring and summer fragrance, but then I can imagine if someone prefer to use this on a daily basis. This is a big like for me, and I'm gonna rate this perfume a 9 out of 10. So that is Lattafa Mayar Natural Intense. Right, next up is a fragrance that I know is getting a lot of attention now, and this is called Ajwad Pink to Pink. And to me, this is very fruity and punchy fragrance. It has a very prominent guava, grapefruit, and lychee, and also it has a prominent peony. So it has that very fresh and summery vibe. I've seen that this is getting comparison with Maison Oud Maracuja, and telling you guys, in my opinion, they are not even close, because Oud Maracuja is mainly passion fruit, while this fragrance is very tart and very fruity because of the guava. So with Pink to Pink, guava is the standout note to me, okay? So just in case you're wondering that this can be a dupe of Oud Maracuja, in my opinion, they are not dupes at all. Ajwad Pink to Pink is definitely a summer scent, while Oud Maracuja is full of sensuality and depth. The oud there is so good and perfectly blended with passion fruit and the leather. Like there's no screechiness or whatever. And with this one, I must say that there is something that smells very synthetic to me. Not sure what is it. I think it's the ambergris and moss in the base that is ruining it for me. This is very fresh and tart. However, I don't like this fragrance. For me, it just didn't work out. And when it comes to longevity and projection, actually this is moderate. Definitely unisex as well, or maybe leaning a little bit more feminine. Having said that, I'm gonna rate this one a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that is Ajwad Pink to Pink. Next up is Emeer by Lattafa. This fragrance, in my opinion, is masculine leaning. But still, you know, I can imagine a woman wearing this, especially like if you're the type who wears like Naxos by Sergioff. Yeah, you can rock this fragrance as well. Anyway, this to me is beautiful. I will say that this has a niche quality in it. There's something aromatic, spicy, and citrusy about this fragrance that I think I will enjoy more on a man. It has a tea note that I think added to the freshness feel of this fragrance. Really, really nice. However, the opening of this has a very sharp lemon scent. Almost close to the scent of a fairy dishwashing liquid. It's just too strong for me. However, as it dries down, it becomes beautiful. The dry down of this is very woody and slightly spicy, and at the same time aromatic because of the clary sage, and it is just beautiful. But then guys, I just didn't like the opening of this. Otherwise, I think I might rate this a 10 out of 10. Even though that sharp citrus scent dissipates, it is bothering me a little bit. So having said that, I'm gonna rate this fragrance a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so that is Emeer by Lattafa. Next fragrance is from the Lattafa Pride collection, and this is La Collection de Antiques 1886. And guys, this is a comforting scent. It has a very prominent orris, tonka bean, and vanilla in the opening. And then as it dries down, I do get a chocolatey kind of patchouli. Also, I saw that it has a white chocolate note. So I think that balanced out everything. The white chocolate is more prominent, and also the orris note here is beautifully blended with cinnamon and tonka bean. Really beautiful, guys. I heard that people are comparing this with BDK Gris Chanel, and I must say that I don't agree. To me, this is closer to Initio's Rehab or Victor and Rolf's Spice Bomb. It's like a Rehab with a very prominent chocolatey patchouli and white chocolate. Yeah, so if that sounds appealing to you, you know, you might like this one. I actually really like this one. I'm not sure though if I need a bottle. The longevity and projection of this one is quite good. It lasts around 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection. Having said that, I'm gonna rate this one a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so that is Lattafa La Collection de Antiques 1886. Next up is still from the Lattafa Pride collection, Antique 1910. And this fragrance is very fruity. 1886 has a comforting scent in it, while 1910 right here is very fruity and sweet. This has a very prominent rose and apple, and at the same time, that greenness and creaminess coming from the osmanthus. This is quite nice fragrance, especially if you are into sweet and fruity scents. It's a nice one. However, I am not a fan of fruity fragrances. I find this one very well blended, and for sure, if you love fruity scents, you will love this one as well. It's just that for me, it is not my kind of fruity scent. However, I must say that the quality is there, and when it comes to longevity and projection, it is there as well. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Lattafa Antique 1910. Next up is Junoon Rose by Haramain. And you guys, this has an extremely colored juice that might actually stain your clothes, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried spraying this on clothes. This to me has a cherry cough syrup vibe in the opening, plus amaretto syrup. So having said that, it is quite alcoholic. The amaretto that I'm getting from here is like very alcoholic. So basically I am not getting the creaminess of the amaretto here. I am getting the alcoholic part of the amaretto. Yeah, so cherry cough syrup plus the alcoholic element of amaretto. And then as it dries down, it becomes better. The alcoholic level actually tones down and it becomes more and more powdery. So basically the rose that is in here is very powdery. So it's not the jammy kind of rose, okay? I find this one very synthetic, and I don't know, there's something just off to me about it. This one smells better on paper compared to when I sprayed it on me, because on me it smelled very synthetic and cheap smelling. Even though this one has a very good longevity and projection, I didn't like it because of that strong synthetic feel from it. This is a very powdery rose, and the kind of powder that is in here is like the scented powder that you see in groceries. I'm gonna pop an example on the screen, okay? So yeah, having said that, to me this smells cheap and synthetic, and I didn't like it. Yeah, I think this is the one that I really dislike in today's list. And yeah, having said that, I'm gonna rate this one 6 out of 10. Next up is French Coffee by Rehab. And guys, this is for all the gourmand lovers out there. I felt like I sniffed the sugar that I must consume today. It is that sweet, guys. This definitely reminded me of Theodoro Scalutini's Coffee Addict. However, with this one, I must say that there is more whipped cream feel to it. If Coffee Addict is like the tiramisu dessert, this to me smells more of like a caramel frappe. So imagine a caramel frappe with chocolate syrup on top. It is that sweet. So if you love that vibe, or if you love that level of gourmand, then you might like this one. It is just too intense and too whipped creamy for me. Also, I'm getting here an extremely sweet powdered milk. Not for me as well. However, I appreciate the quality of this fragrance. So I know that some of you will love this. And also when it comes to longevity and projection, it's quite good. Lasts around 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, with moderate projection. Having said that, I'm gonna rate this one an 8 out of 10, even if it's not a fragrance for me. Yeah, so that is French Coffee by Rehab. Next fragrance, guys, is a big bottle, okay? Because it is amazing. And this is from Maison Alhambra, and this one is called Crafted Oud from the Zafiro collection. You guys, as you see the bottle, and if you're familiar with niche perfumes, you will think that it looks familiar, right? Because this is a dupe of Tamin's Carved Oud. And you guys, this is absolutely stunning. And to be honest, I haven't tried Carved Oud yet, but this fragrance is just so good that it reminds me so much of Oud Wood by Tom Ford. This is such a spicy and woody scent. It smells expensive. It smells niche. Like, I will never think that I got this for around 30 euros. Very, very elegant smelling, guys. And actually, when I checked in Fragrantica, Carved Oud is actually similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. So yeah, having said that, since I've tried Tom Ford Oud Wood and it's been on my wish list for a very long time, I must say that this one is so good that I am deleting Tom Ford Oud Wood in my wish list. The kind of spice that is in here is cardamom, and it is perfectly blended with cedarwood, sandalwood, vetiver, and musk. It just smells so good, guys. I highly recommend you checking this one out if you love woody scents like me. Okay, this might be leaning more masculine to some, especially if you are the type who loves to wear feminine kind of fragrances. But if you are like me, who loves to wear unisex fragrances, you will love this one as well. I'm gonna give this fragrance a 10 out of 10 because to me, this is very similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. I highly recommend you checking this one out, Crafted Oud by Maison Alhambra. All right, last but not the least is by Afnan, and this is Mystic Bouquet. And this is a dupe of Parfums de Marly Valaya, and also a dupe of Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique. And you guys, this is absolutely beautiful. It has that very prominent white peach, bergamot, lychee, and loads of piney and musk. This is very well blended. If I smell this on someone, I wouldn't think that he or she is wearing a fragrance that costs between 20 to 30 euros. And if you are looking for a fragrance that is similar to Valaya, Ormond Jane's Levant Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo, you can save money and buy this instead. To me, this is closer to Parfums de Marly's Valaya though. And yeah, it is beautiful. And you guys, this perfume projects. And at the same time, it has a good longevity, around 6 to 8 or even more. It stays on clothes as well. So having said that, you know that I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I won't be buying a bottle of this one though, because I have Levant by Ormond Jane, and also I have Flor de Orientica by Orientica. And if I buy this one, it will just be redundant in my collection. But if ever you are looking for a dupe of Valaya or Flor Narcotique by Ex Nihilo, you won't go wrong with this fragrance. Highly recommend Afnan Mystique Bouquet at 10 out of 10. Those are the 10 Middle Eastern perfumes that I prepared to review for you today. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried any of this. And don't forget that I have a playlist of Middle Eastern perfumes. So if ever you want to check any Arabic perfumes, you can just type my name and the perfume that you are searching for, because I've reviewed and talked about so many of them already. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and happy Easter, guys. Bye bye.